So it never made sense to me why Firelord Sozin would hunt the dragons to near extinction. And with the new canon information from the Avatar Legends role-playing game, I was hoping to get a good explanation as to why the Firelord would create such a culture. Well, the long and short of it seems to be chalked up to Sozin pretty much being completely without intellect at worst, or short-sighted at best. Let's discuss. Hey folks, my name is Antoine, your resident geek, and today we'll be diving into the official and canon explanation for why the dragons of the Fire Nation were nearly all killed off. This video will sort of serve as a continuation of the theory video I made last year about why the Fire Nation hunted the dragons to begin with, which you can watch here. But the too long did not watch version is that I said the dragons refused to work with Sozin because they disagreed with the killing off of the air nomads. Thus, Sozin went on to kill the dragons under the guise of sport. But the canon explanation we have now does not follow that line of thinking, and in my opinion, the reasoning of dragon hunting is, well, extremely dumb. As a note, all information from this point on is coming within a 4-year period in the Avatar timeline between Firelord Sozin's coronation in 58 BG, before the Airbender genocide, to Avatar Rohu's wedding in 54 BG. And of course, this is all sourced from the canon Avatar Legends role-playing game. If you want to stay up to date as I go through my coverage of all the lore, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. As read from the campaign guide, many members of the nobility now seek a dragon to hunt, kill, and gain legendary firebending abilities from its death. That last bit is pretty interesting. I wonder if there's some sort of clue to there actually being some kind of absorption of power via the death of a dragon, more than just generic bragging rights. It would be interesting if, say, killing a dragon does give a firebender more power, like an essence transfer, but with a curse. Just like in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, when Voldemort drank unicorn blood to stay alive, but with the detraction that his remaining life would be cursed. By the way, how exactly was Voldemort's life cursed? Or was he above the curse of drinking unicorn blood because he was already so far gone and his soul was already split 7 different ways? Sorry. This isn't a Harry Potter video, but HP fans, let your boy know what's up with that. Anyway, curses wouldn't be completely outside the magic system of Avatar. We've seen spirits merge with human hosts, most notably the Avatar, but also characters like false Avatar Yoon and the ancient spirit, Father Glowworm. By the way, if you want to learn more about Yoon, you can check out this video of mine right here. So it could be that killing a dragon and releasing its spirit could empower the killer. Except that doesn't seem to be the case in canon. There is a spiritual disturbance, but not something that directly benefits the Fire Nation. Let's continue reading. Bolstered by Sozin's leadership, many see the dragon hunts as a right bequeathed to them by the benevolence of the Firelord and their own nobility. The dragon hunts have caused numerous ethical debates between the nobility and spiritual leaders, but the most unexpected result of the hunts has been the imbalance created within the spirit world. So what we have here is the most short-sighted and dumb reason for killing dragons. It's literally just for bragging rights among the elites. No extra powers, no nothing. In fact, the killing of dragons only causes problems for the Fire Nation. As the description reads, spirits seem drawn to the locations where dragons die, and strange occurrences abound around those sites. Luckily, most of the deaths have occurred away from populated areas, and Sozin has been quick to send his task force to clean up any, quote, messes left by the hunt. To me, this sounds like the task force are some rogue fire sages who want to throw around their spiritual weight against these, quote, messes. Continuing on with the passage, it reads, however, the imbalance created by the deaths has even drawn a joint envoy from the water tribes who sense the disturbance. The envoy has faced a number of issues when investigating the death sites, most disturbingly a propaganda campaign by Sozin, which blames the spiritual activity on their visits rather than the other way around. Many Fire Nation citizens mistrust the tribespeople and refuse to help them investigate, seeing them as nuisances and troublemakers. So there's a few things to unpack here. 1. The Fire Nation seems to be making a habit of blaming everyone but themselves. First, with the Guiding Wind faction of the Air Nomads, which I discussed in this video. Then, with the Earth Kingdom at Natsuo Island, which I discussed in this video. And now with the Water Tribe, who are just trying to figure out why are there so many angry spirits near and around the Fire Islands. I also wouldn't be surprised if the Air Nomads, especially those of the Western Air Temple, could work with the water tribes to find out what in the world is going on. Everything about dragon hunting is just plain dumb. The only benefit is bragging rights, and that benefit is far outweighed by the negative effects of killing dragons, which are 1. Creating angry spirits that will bring needless conflicts to the Fire Islands. 2. Generating an issue that brings attention from outside nations like the Water Tribes and potentially the Air Nomads that are already sus of the Fire Nation. 3. And this is possibly the most egregious of them all. The Fire Nation is stupidly killing off an extremely valuable vehicle and weapon. I mean, Fire Nation, you ain't need no design for some airships when you have a bunch already. If anything, Sozin should have cultivated a culture of breaking dragons and using them as a mount as a rite of passage, not unlike the Dothraki with their horses from the Song in Ice and Fire book series. Killing dragons are just bringing unwanted attention from fire sages and water tribe spiritualists and possibly the air nomads. And you're completely getting rid of the best vehicle, the best airship that you possibly can have. You basically have a bunch of airships that are probably way more agile that can already breathe fire. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Now, when I say that Sozin deserves better, I don't mean Sozin the person, but Sozin the character. One of the main critiques I have of the original Airbender series is that both Ozai and Sozin are just pure evil at times, and not in a pragmatic way. Tywin Lannister from A Song in Ice and Fire is brutal, but at least his choices made sense. The actions of Ozymandias from Watchmen can be considered evil, but his logic was sound. Heck, Magneto from X-Men is a straight-up extremist at times, but at least we understand where he's coming from. The Avatar Legends campaign guide straight up says that Sozin is a competent leader, yet this dragon hunting stuff and later his banning of same-sex relationships is just poor world building set up around this character. Sure, he built up national pride, his military, and led the Fire Nation's Industrial Revolution. This guy convinced an entire nation to attack the Earth Kingdom and kill off all the Airbenders without any citizens questioning his decisions. And because of this apparent intellect, it's very bizarre why Sozin would want to kill dragons. The only benefit is a culture of bragging rights, which bolsters a sense of competition among elites and militant individuals, perhaps with the aim of keeping them focused on something that isn't Sozin's plan for expansion, but all that seems far less valuable than building up a force of dragons when you have plans for a pretty substantial invasion. Especially when we've seen firebenders ride dragons, presumably into battle. This is why I mess with core villains over the main villains in The Last Airbender. They just hit different, and I think they are still very much undervalued by the larger fan base. I mean, Zahir is just bae. Anyway, that's it. In the next video in this series, thanks to the poll exclusive to my channel members, we will be transitioning to an examination of the Water Tribes and what they were up to during Roku's era. From their major dispute with the Earth Kingdom to the first trans character in Avatar, and more. And tell me what was the most interesting bit of information you discovered in this video. Do you agree that dragon hunting was completely dumb and short-sighted? Or can a case be made for Sozin's actions? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Avatar content. I'll catch you on the next one, and as always, peace, love, and remember, be water, my friends.